Hello Mitel users. Today we're going to have a conversation about 3 different Mitel phone models, all of which may operate on the Mitel 5000 system platform controller. We'll have a quick PowerPoint presentation explaining the 3 models, followed by a video where we'll get hands-on with an extension and go through some of the user functions. Mitel also produces a 3300 platform controller, which is also called the Mitel Communications Director, or MCD for short. The phones we will be demonstrating today operate on both systems, the 5000 or the 3300. But some of the keys, buttons, and functions operate slightly different depending upon what platform the phone is residing on. But like I mentioned earlier, today we'll be discussing some of the phone features in operation on the 5000 controller. If you're unsure of which platform your phone resides on, you may ask your system administrator. The first phone we're going to look at today is a Mitel 8560 model. An 8520 model is available also, and the primary difference is the LCD is smaller on the 8520 model. So here we look at an 8560. The first thing that stands out when viewing the phone is there are 8 soft keys available near the LCD screen. If your phone has been defined as an administration phone, you'll use these keys for administration functions. Below and to the left of the LCD, we have a speaker key for hands-free conversations. To the right of the speaker key are your volume controls. Decrease, increase volume, press and hold right in the center to save volume setting for all subsequent calls. To the right of the volume key, we have a key with a symbol on it that looks kind of like a lazy 8 or the infinity symbol. This is a programming key, and for time constraints on this tutorial, we'll not be discussing this key today. To the right of the infinity key is the red hold key. When a call is placed on hold, it will flash one of your call keys or line keys depending upon how your phone is programmed and your keys are labeled. Simply press the flashing key to return to your caller. To make an external call, press a call or line key depending upon how your system is configured and labeled. Below the call key is a key that is or may be labeled either as IC or ICM. This stands for intercom. This key gives you access to intercom dial tone to dial a coworker extension. To the right, we have a do not disturb key. Below, we have an optional page key for optional overhead or all station paging. Below the page key, we have a station or personal speed dial key. This key may be labeled station speed dial STN SPDL. Once in a while you may see this key labeled as personal PRS SPDL, personal speed dial. No matter how this key is labeled, this is where you're going to store up to 10 frequently dialed telephone numbers. We also have an optional system speed dial key that if your system administrator has programmed a global list of system speed dials, you may have access to these phone numbers via this key. Up to 1,000 phone numbers may be stored within the system speed dial. We have a redial key to redial the last external telephone number. We have a conference key to build a conference of up to 4 parties. A transfer key down at the bottom to transfer calls from one extension to the other. To transfer a call while you're speaking to your caller, just simply press that transfer key, dial coworker's extension, and hang up to route that call. Now, here we have an optional message key. Anytime somebody leaves a message in your mailbox, it will flash here, as well as that optional message key. When the message key is flashing, you may simply press the message key to access your mailbox. Your phone most likely will also have a key in this area right through here labeled voicemail. This voicemail or VM key is a second way to get into your mailbox. If your message key is not flashing and you need to get into your mailbox, you'll just simply press the VM or voicemail key, dial star plus your mailbox number, and then when prompted you'll enter the passcode for your mailbox. Lastly, we have a forward key used to forward your phone to another extension or to an outside phone number if allowed by your system administrator. So this was a brief overview of an AT560 model. Next, we're going to take a look at an 8568. Here's an 8568. An 8528 model is also available. The 8528 just has a smaller LCD screen. But again, here looking at this 8568, we see the 8 soft keys near the LCD for administration functions. And to the right over here, we now have our volume up and down keys. Notice these keys have changed to a new location from the 8560 model. When setting the handset or speaker volume, don't forget to press and hold both keys simultaneously to save all subsequent call volume levels. To the right of the volume keys, we have a speaker key right here for hands-free calls. Now this key right here becomes your mute key. It's an icon with an older style desk microphone with a slash through it. They changed that mute key. It's now become a fixed button on the 8568 models. So let me move that mouse off to the right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to come right down through this area here. And below that mute key, the key with the little 1, 2, 3 and the little bent arrow on it, that becomes your last number redial key. To the left of the redial key, we still have our infinity key, our programming key. And to the left of that infinity key, we now have a new key. It's blue in color, and it is also a programming key, and it's used for items such as changing the language of your display and the text size, etc. Below, we still have the red hold key, and to the right of the red hold key, this key now becomes our transfer key. Again, to transfer a caller while speaking to that caller, press the transfer key, dial the coworker's extension, and hang up to route the call. To the right of the transfer key is a clear key with an envelope icon. This is now your message key that will flash for new messages. The LED at the top right of your phone will also flash for new messages. And when the message key is flashing, you may press this key for prompts to access your mailbox. When you have messages within your mailbox, your LCD screen will indicate to you how many messages you do have in your mailbox. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to view this vertical row of keys over in this area here, and those keys are programmable keys, and we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up here. So right in this area here, we have that INT or ICM key, which stands for intercom. Press this key to dial a coworker's extension. Above the intercom key, you will have either a call or a line key, depending upon how your system is programmed and the keys labeled. These keys will be used to make and receive all your external calls. When speaking to a caller and you want to put the caller on hold, there's that red hold key. Just simply press the red hold key. And to return to the caller, just press the flashing call or line key to reaccess the held call. Now, above we have an optional record key. That record a call key is used to record conversations directly into your own mailbox. Then we have a DND or a do not disturb key, and above the do not disturb we have an optional call log key to view your missed, received, or dialed calls. You'll press this key and then watch your LCD screen for prompts to view your call history. Now above we have a key labeled as reverse trans. This key could be labeled reverse transfer Once in a while, that key will be labeled as PU or pickup. However that key is labeled, this key may be used to access a call that is ringing or held at another extension. As an example, maybe you hear your coworker's phone ringing, so you wish to access that call, so you lift your handset, press the reverse transfer or pickup key, and then dial the coworker extension to access that call. Above, we have a conference key to build up to a four-party conference. And to the right, we have a forward key to forward your extension. And then down at the very bottom right-hand side, we have that voicemail key, also used to access your mailbox. You'll simply press that voicemail key, dial star followed by your mailbox, and enter your passcode when prompted. So that was a quick overview of an 8568. Next, we're going to look at a 5330 model. And the first thing that we notice about a 5330 model is the LCD screen is larger yet. Notice that there are 11 programmable keys over in this area here, but actually you have 33 programmable keys on your phone, because if you use these navigation keys down here at the bottom, there are 3 pages of LCD screen available to you, indicated by these icons right here. You'll press your navigation keys to turn to page 1 to page 2 to page 3 of your LCD, so that's where you're going to find your 33 programmable keys. Now, the fixed keys over on the right hand side are very similar to the 8568 model. Notice that we still have the volume control keys, the speaker key, and the mute key. We do have one difference between the 5330 and the 8568 model. Remember, on the 8568 we had the key with the infinity symbol right here. Well, notice that icon has changed to circle with an X with a circle around it. The key is still a programming key. It operates exactly as that infinity key did, but they just changed the icon on it is all. We still have the blue applications programming key that we saw in the 8568 model. Below the applications key, we have the red hole key. Here we have the transfer key, represented by that bent arrow, but this key now has a second icon on it that kind of looks like the silhouette of 3 people's heads. This second icon is non-functional on this phone on the 5000 series, or excuse me, on the 3300 series, or the 5000 series platform. This key is still just simply the transfer key. To transfer a call, just press the transfer key, dial your coworker's extension, and hang up to route the caller. To the right of that transfer key, we still have the message key, and above the message key is the last number redial. So that was a quick little comparison and contrast of the 3 different phone models that we may operate on your 5000 controller. Bear with me for just a moment here, and we'll transition into a tutorial video, and we'll go through some of the programmable keys available to you within your LCD.
Hi, I'm glad you've stayed with us and made the transition from the PowerPoints to the video. What we're going to do is talk about the programmable keys found within your LCD. These programmable keys and their functions will remain the same no matter what phone model you're using, whether an 8560, an 8568, a 5330, or a 5340. As long as one of these phones resides on the 5000 controller, all of the key functions will remain the same. But starting at the very bottom, we have an IC or an ICM key, depending upon how labeled. All of your station-to-station calls will be made from this key. Above your intercom key is a voicemail key. This key could be labeled simply as VM, but no matter how it's labeled, it's a key used to access your mailbox. You'll simply lift your handset or press the speaker key to access internal dial tone. You'll press the voicemail key, dial star plus your mailbox number.
Hello, you have reached. Please enter your mailbox. Enter your passcode, then press pound.
Next, we have two call keys. These keys could be labeled as line keys, but however they are labeled, all of your incoming and outgoing calls will be made from these keys. Next, we have a system speed dial key. Your system administrator may have input a group of phone numbers that you and your fellow employees frequently dial. This can be up to 1,000 telephone numbers, and those numbers are stored in what Mitel calls BIN, B-I-N numbers, meaning the first phone number your administrator programs will be stored in bin number 000. The last phone number would be stored in bin number 999. So, as an example, if your administrator programs Transwest Customer Service in bin number 020, you would press a call or a line key, followed by the system speed dial key, and then dial 020 to have your phone call Transwest. Next, we have an optional key labeled as record a call. Sometimes this key may be simply labeled as RAC for record a call. But if available, simply press this key when on an external call to record that conversation into your own mailbox. Above, we have a DND or a do not disturb key. Above the DND key is a forward key used to forward your extension to another location. You'll simply press this key, input the location to receive your calls. If external, input the digit that your company used to access external dial tone, usually the digit 8, followed by the phone number. Press the pound key after inputting the last digit of the phone number. The forward key will light and your extension will be forwarded at this point. So let's demo that real quick. I'll press my forward key. I'll input the digit 8 for outside dial tone. Pound after the last digit. And now my extension is forwarded. To cancel that forwarding, press my forward key and simply lift the handset or press the speaker key. Now, we have a call log key. This is just a fancy name for a call history key. You'll press the call log key and then you'll watch your LCD screen for prompts. You'll be prompted to dial the digit 1 to view your missed calls, dial the digit 2 for received calls, dial 3 for the calls that you have made, and dial 4 to clear your history. You can use your volume keys to scroll through the logs. Log type, dial 1, dial 2 for received calls, or dial the digit 3 for any calls that I may have made. Lastly, we have a conference key to build a conference call of up to 4 parties. To build that conference, while speaking to your first party, press the conference key, dial the second party, and to bring that second party into the group, you'll press your conference key twice. To bring in another party, press your conference key, dial the next party, and to bring them into the group, hit your conference key twice. You may hang up and exit, and the conference you've built will stay connected. Now, remember that infinity key that we had on the 8560 and the 8568 phones. On this 5330 model, that infinity key has been replaced with a key with an encircled X. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a programming key, and one of the most common functions people use this key for is to program one of their spare keys to quickly dial a coworker. So we'll do that in just a moment. So, as we can see, we are looking at a 5330 phone. And all of my keys are currently full on my page 1 of my LCD screen. So I'll use my navigation keys at the bottom of the phone, my silver colored navigation bar, to turn to page 2 of my LCD. I have one key already programmed to be a quick key to dial the operator or the attendant. I can press my silver colored navigation bar at the bottom of my LCD to look at my page 3 and I currently have keys available on my page 3. So let's go back to page 1 and to page 2. What we'll be doing is we're going to program this key to become a one-touch key to dial extension 7200. So we'll start out by pressing our programming key. Your display will prompt you to enter a feature code. We will dial feature code of 397. Press the key to program, and now dial the extension you wish to program the key for. And now the key has been programmed as a one-touch key to dial extension 7200. We can see that that key is currently lit, so that tells me that extension 7200 is currently on the phone. So, with all that said, I hope that you found this tutorial beneficial today and enjoy using your Transwest Mitel phone system. Thank you.